So who's the greatest leader you personally look up to, and why?
That would be my parents, because they went through deep personal sacrifices to give me and my brothers the best they could afford.
Okay.
I owe them a debt of gratitude for that.
Okay. What if you were to get stuck, or if you're stuck in an elevator with any leader, dead or alive, for 3 or 5 minutes, who would that be, and what's the question you would, ask of them?
I have so many leaders I would like to ask so many questions. Historically, I think one of the ones that died too soon for me would be Fred Hampton.
Okay.
Fred Hampton was the founder of the Black Panther Party in America, in Chicago. He started at 17 and he died at 21.
Wow.
And his thoughts were very revolutionary, and it changes. If you ask me this question again in the next 2 hours, I might pick another person.
I understand.
Because I study leaders across history, and I'd like to get a sense of sort of like what fueled them. And my question for him would be, why did you? Because he knew he was going to die, and he still stayed and he did that, and I found his life very interesting. So that's all I can remember right now, because I just read about him 2 days ago again.
Interesting. What's one leadership lesson you learned the hard way?
One leadership lesson I learned the hard way is that your personal deprivation will eat up all of your best intention.
Can you expand on that?
So your personal deprivation is the things in your life that you lack. Let's say something you lack growing up, or something you like that you lack, right? When you get into leadership, the first temptation is to use your leadership to collect it.
We see that happen today, more especially in the political sphere. Yeah. We see that happen with our leaders. They get in there and the mindset is grab as much as you can, because just one policy or whatever can change anything. And it's very disturbing. It's really disturbing.
Learning that the hard way was, early in my leadership, getting into leadership position and realizing that if I don't change this, I'm going to destroy the people I'm leading.
Okay. Leadership in one word, how would you define or describe it?
Change.
Best leadership book you've ever read?
The best leadership book I ever read is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Actually, that's the best book I've ever read.
Stephen Covey. Okay, one Nigerian leader you'd love to have lunch with?
One Nigerian leader
yeah.
I would have loved to have lunch with would be Ojukwu.
I really want to know.
You want to? I would like to know why he went to war.
Okay, that's interesting.
Not the reason why, not the general reason.
I understand.
Not what I've read. Why I would have loved to know why he went to war, just to get a sense of where he was.
The toughest part of being a leader.
The toughest part of being a leader is having to make hard choices, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah. When you have to make hard choices that the person you are making the hard choices for is not aware or does not even see that, you have to make those choices. You have to make that choice. You have to explain to the person. You have to stand your ground. It's very safe. It's not a very great place to be.
Can we also talk about it as regards parenting, being a father and all of that?
Yeah, it's part of it. So it applies. There's family leadership as well. Yeah.
All right. So most rewarding part of being a leader?
Seeing people's life transform.
Introvert or extrovert leaders, who makes better leaders?
I'm an introvert, so I always say introvert leaders.
I beg to differ, but it's okay.
That's why I didn't answer. I said because I'm an introvert, I always say introvert leaders.
So one thing every bad leader does.
One thing every bad leader does.
Yes.
Is saying they are doing it for your own good.
Okay. I actually didn't see that. Can you expand on that?
It's rapid fire. That's because in spite of the result that is on ground, all bad leaders will say that they are doing it for their own good.
I think that's a takeaway. Let's talk about your daily leadership ritual.
I think one thing I would say for my daily leadership ritual is that I learn a new thing every day.
Okay, yeah. I had someone said to me a very long time, they said, read even if it's a page a day. And so for me, that's something I do. I always try to read even if it's one page a day. So what's the most underrated leadership quality?
The most underrated leadership quality is quietness.
Okay. One quote you live by.
One quote I live by. A lot of what counts is not counted. A lot of what is counted doesn't count.
That's very deep. Leadership, born or made? Which one? A leader's born or made?
Made. That's not born.
Who leads better, elders or millennials?
Elders or millennials? None of them.
It's okay. What's harder, leading yourself or leading others?
Leading yourself is harder.
Okay. What's the biggest leadership myth you'd love to bust?
Biggest leadership myth that I would love to bust. That's interesting. Biggest leadership myth I would love to bust is that just because you start an organization means that you know how to lead.
Okay, yeah, I think it's will get into that place where they understand that there are visionaries and integrators.
Just because God gave you a vision and you start a church, just because you have a skill that blew up and then you start an organization, just because you are the first person into an industry and then you started in that industry, whatever, just because you start anything does not mean you have the leadership skills to build it.
I think it's humbling, recognizing that.
Very humbling. Yeah. Very, very humbling.
In this part of the climb,
it's very, very humbling.
People are caught out in this type of title. Let's move on right now. A habit you're proud of as a leader.
A habit I'm proud of as a leader. My ability to ask questions.
Okay. What's one mistake every young leader should avoid?
What's one mistake every young leader should avoid? Don't overestimate the value of leadership. The value of your own leadership.
Okay. If you weren't doing leadership work, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing leadership work, I would... I never thought about it.
Okay. So think about it right now.
I'll be at home with my kids.
Okay. The last one is you have to fill in the blank. A great leader always dash.
A great leader always a great leader always see people and events not the way it is, but the way it should be.
Okay, sees people not the way, an event not the way it is.
Sees people and things not just the way it is, but the way it should be.
Okay, that's seeing into the future.
Vision.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate